turned 60 last month. Michael Hearn. I am officially a grumpy old muscle man, LOL. I did legs this morning and went heavy. My central nervous system is awake. Sorry for your loss.
Big Scotty. Big Scotty. I love it.
See that? Waking up your central nervous system by doing a heavy leg workout will oftentimes shake you out of a crappy mood because your central nervous system is not being fired up and awakened. It'll go to sleep. I mean, it'll still function, but we're talking about waking it up with doing something out of the ordinary, doing something challenging, doing something that you don't want to do. How can you really talk about the things that both you as a man without being perceived as soft? I'm not soft. Anyone perceives me as soft, they can come hang out anytime, any day. I'm not talking about beating them up or fighting them. I'm talking about living life on a level where you're building a business, you're maintaining a relationship, you're raising kids.
Because you jumped into that real quick. Is he saying that to be able to talk about it, you're going to come off as soft?
I don't think either one of us are coming off as soft.
No. Is that what he's saying?
Oh, are you
Jeffrey,
asking?
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. We stay with.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that's the soft guy, a guy that's secure with himself and knows what kind of animal he is, can do anything and talk about anything. I could wear a pink dress. I got no issue with that. I know what I bring, and I know if I snap, I snap. So yeah, don't go that route. I don't think this has to do with that in the sense of our point is to be able to talk to somebody if you have somebody, and the way Clark is doing it, in my opinion, is smart. And Clark will tussle with anybody, so he's a scrapper. So yeah, I think that's the old school mentality. But a peaceful warrior is a guy that is very. I mean, I've been around the greatest martial artists in the world, and
Kate, what's happening, Kate?
I've been around guys that you would think aren't the toughest guys because of the size of them, and they're the most soft-spoken people in the world, and they talk about anything. So yeah, an actual strong person can talk about anything. It's not the guy that's always walking around screaming and yelling, acting tough. I hope that helps, man, because I fully understand that old school mentality of guys don't talk about it. I still kind of live that stuff. So, but I think it's good to have somebody like Clark is saying again. I think Clark is doing this right.
I enjoy talking about it because it gives people permission to be human. And oftentimes, especially someone like Mike is perceived as superhuman because we're so strong, because the body is so beautiful and all that sort of stuff. But the reality is on the inside, there's still emotion. There's still a human being that's trying to navigate a very confusing landscape that we call this world, that we call Los Angeles or Escondido, California. We don't need to go outside of our town to be challenged by just life's stuff, man. And how do we do that? And I do it by protecting myself from stuff. A friend of mine yesterday, I went to go see him. He wanted to show me this video. I said, I don't want to see this. I'm not interested in seeing this. He's like, why? I said, because it's not something that I want to put into my brain. That was the end of it. We didn't break our relationship off. He didn't say anything. He understood it because I was very strong in the way I said it. I said, no. And then guys will ask me, well, you don't cheat on your wife? I'm like, no, why? You know what I mean? No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to tell her I want divorced before I do that, It's
interesting you said you don't want to see it. I got a buddy of mine that I stopped following on social media. And it's just because something I don't want to see. I don't want Titan to see it. I don't want to see it. It's just not, I wasn't raised that way. So it's very odd to me. And I know I'm going to say this and you guys are going to go, oh, that's just a natural thing. Cool. I'm cool with all of you guys doing it. I'm cool with everybody that goes and does this stuff. I just don't want to see it. There's two things that I don't want to see on social media. It's the hunting. I just don't want to see it. Don't need it. And then the animals fighting animals. That one, or the alligator eating the lion or something. Those two things. My friend got mad that I unfollowed. Yeah, he says, just because we do that, and it's just personal choice. In this social media stuff, my recommendation is govern it.
Yep.
Govern it. If they're not that person that, like you said before, don't throw pearls to swine.
Yep.
If they don't want to hear what you have to say, that's cool. But if they're in your page, staring it in a different direction, like Jeffrey says, you're out. You're out. It's not because you're right about what you believe. It's just, it's not what we want to believe. We don't want to give that information to the fan base and keep them on the positive side. There's enough negativity out there. The reason why we want to talk about this stuff today is, and I hate saying it's mental health, but I guess that's what they call it. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with you, but stress, mostly stress of today's, as we diet, and hopefully a lot of these Titan crew members are here, you guys are dieting, and I know that you guys kind of get emotional when things get harder, or the training's getting harder, your food is in a less food intake. Don't let those emotions hit you and get you upset as best you can. I usually just leave away from any kind of humans when the food is ran out in the sense of my tolerance.
I know you guys agree on a lot, but is there anything about your philosophies that you both do not agree on or feel different about?
I mean, nothing that jumps out at me off the top of my head.
Principles in what? In life, in training methods, because I understand why Clark trains the way he trains, and I would support the way he trains. I also support how he eats, because he's able to do something and stay so consistent. So
like
yeah, it's like,
what is that?
Disagree with.
Pull those up.
You need to see him over here.
Yeah, there we go. We can see him over here.
So my beliefs on nutrition and training, I can't really make that argument against him or Mona. It doesn't stand the ground because of their complete ability to keep doing what they're doing.
I think, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in with Titan if we didn't agree on most everything in life. Because to be given that honor.
I know what we agree on.
I'm ready.
I agree on that I got to work on opening up or letting in.
Yeah.
That's where we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I actually agree. So I would think that was about it. But that's why I chose him as the Godfather. Out of everybody I know in this world, I knew. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. So Mike has gotten a lot better with letting people in. I mean, before he, talk about stiff arming, he was the best stiff armer in the world. The minute you started to invade his comfort zone as far as emotions were concerned, he's very good at like double talking and changing the subject on you. But I've had the privilege of talking to Mike in some moments where that guard was let down. And that's why I'm constantly, an advocate of Mike. Anytime I see someone come online and talk shit, I want to fight. Like I never want to fight over my shit. But when someone like talks negative about my brother here, I get mad. I honestly get mad. And I'll have online arguments with people that I shouldn't even be doing that, but just in defense of my friend, my brother, a guy that I've come to respect for so many years. And I'm very proud of him for his growth in that area, right? And who knows why we do the things we do in life, right? We all have a story. Everyone's got a story. We just don't take long enough in life to listen to people's story. And
we don't listen.
Yeah, people don't listen at all, right? They're waiting to say the next thing. But yeah.
Not me today, man. This is out of my wheelhouse.
You're even pushing yourself right now.
Yeah, this is I think it's cool that Clark's talking to you guys and telling you guys, mostly the fans, the Titan crew out here, you guys, again, this could be a very lonely and depressing time for a lot of people that don't have families. And I think me and Clark, just because, did you say it the other day that it goes from all your friends getting married and having kids to now at this stage is that we're losing our friends from age. So there's an appreciation to it. There's a real appreciation knowing that we're on our back nine. So for you guys out there that are dealing with stuff or are alone and stuff, make sure that you're in the Titan crew or in Clark's crew, because I think, again, it's great to have that circle of people that are trying to do what you're trying to do, is just continuously get better.
I had a Zoom call last night with my guys, and it's my VIP guys. It's a smaller group, and it's amazing. Like, we never really even talk about fitness. We talk about life. And when you talk about life and are real honest with those things, the fitness part becomes so much easier to do. If you hire a coach like Mike or myself for the purpose of getting in a healthier body, which is what we exist for, but if you're only looking for us to tell you what incline degree to walk on and how fast and how much fish to eat, you're wasting your money. Like, I'm not interested in that. I'll certainly tell you what I think is right, but my information is no more valuable than anybody else's information until we move into that other part, the emotional part and the other things that have held us back from manifesting that body that we want, like, and truly stepping into that, because we're all holding something back. One of the guys on my call last night was talking to another guy in the group. He said, I was a pastor for 10 years and I counseled a lot of men. And what I'm hearing you say right now, I know there's another 10% that you're not saying, that you're holding back, that is keeping you from achieving the body that you want, because that angst and that negative energy is what you need to release in order to allow that next level of progress to come with your body. And that was powerful to me, because even as open as I am, there's 10% that I hide from people that I need to let go of when I find a trusted source. And that's where we kind of circle back to the whole counseling thing, is if you really trust your counseling, they're not there to judge you. They're there to listen to you. And it's a closed door. And what you say in that room is not going to go outside of that room. And it's okay to let it go then, and you'll walk out feeling lighter and feeling refreshed and feeling like you've made a breakthrough. And that's what you're paying someone for, is to have that privilege to let go of the deepest, darkest shit that you're holding on to.
We'll have that talk about squats and why do squats and why to do sprint work, why to do your walks, why to get out and just play a game of basketball. We'll have those talks. But just the pinpointing this conversation right now was about for you guys understanding that everybody kind of goes through depression, everybody gets sad, and it's how you deal with it. I could have a friend still here today if he was at least open enough to talk about what was bugging him, or at least there was a huge outpour. This guy that passed away,
I've never saw so many blue checks comment on something in my life. Yeah. There was verified people, a list, which means he
touched lives, because he was one of these guys that actually helped community. Yeah. He was out, he did charity work, he actually gave back. He was all about the good side of health and fitness. Yeah. He really was. He was really about charity work, and that's why you see and continue to see these posts. And I got to know him for 30 years. And on top of that, we would, he's a movie buff like me. And I like going to the theater. And we'd go on Wednesdays, and Stryker and us, and would go to see movies. So he was a good friend, good person. But again, for some reason, couldn't talk about what was really alienating him or upsetting him at this time.
Yeah, it's a shame. So talk to somebody, get help. You're not weak. You're not soft. You're a human having a human experience that at some point it becomes too heavy and overwhelming. And there are people in this world that are trained for those reasons. And there are some that are very good at it, and they will assure you that you're okay. And you just have to move through it. And tomorrow is another day, right? We wake up, another opportunity to live and do it again.
Yeah. What time did you get up this morning?
2:45.
Oh, okay. 3:15.
I was up about 2:45, and I didn't go into the cold plunge though this morning.
Didn't? I jumped in the pool.
I'll do that tonight when I get home. I'll do the dry sauna, the red light, the cold plunge,